Welcome to the Three Ball Knowers, and today we are going to discuss our NFL playoff predictions for the AFC first. Mason, what do you think?
In the AFC East, I think the Dolphins are going to finish ahead of the Bills and win the AFC East, but the Bills are still going to make the wild card. In the AFC South, I think the Jaguars are going to win the division quite easily, and there's not going to be a competitor at all. For the AFC North, I think the Bengals will win the division, and I think the Steelers will make the wild card over the Ravens. And for the AFC West, I think the Chiefs will run away with the division, and the Chargers will make the wild card.
Right. Do you have any inputs or changes to that list?
So I think for the AFC West, I think the Chiefs will win by at least 3 games, and I think the Chargers will make the wild card. And for the AFC South, I also think the Jaguars will run away with the division because there's just really no competition in that division this year. And then for the AFC East, I think the Bills will win it, but I think the Dolphins will make the wild card, and they'll probably lose one more game than the Bills. And for the AFC North, I think the Bengals will win it, and I think the Ravens will make the wild card over the Steelers.
Okay. All right, guys. Now, what about your NFC playoff predictions? Right, you take it this time.
Okay. For the NFC South, I think the Saints will win it, and I think the Panthers will be just out of the playoffs. And for the NFC East, I think the Eagles will win it again, but I think the Cowboys will be the 5 seed for the wild card. And then for the NFC West, I think the 49ers will win it again, and I think the Seahawks will also make the wild card again. And then for the NFC North, I think the Lions will win the division and get the 4 seed, and I think the Vikings will make the wild card at the 7 seed.
Okay, perfect, guys. Now, do you have any other changes or people who could possibly make a good playoff push this year but slightly maybe miss out?
I think that the Lions aren't going to win their division, but I think that they could make a real push for the playoffs in the wild card spot. I mean, they have Jared Goff, who has proven that he's a playoff contending QB, and they added a bunch of defensive positions, and I just think that they can contend in the NFC, in the weak NFC this season.
All right, perfect. We have a caller coming in from Sam. Sam, please ask your question.
I have a question for Mason. What makes you think that the Dolphins win the AFC East over the Bills after the Bills have had several good seasons of playoff football in a row?
I think the Dolphins will break out this season with Tua, I think, being fully healthy the entire season, having a top 3 receiver in Tyreek Hill and a top 15 receiver in Jalen Waddle, and also adding a top 5 corner in Jalen Ramsey and still having Xavier Howard. I think the Dolphins will win the AFC East.